Chapter 4, Sis. Well, howdy boys and girls, and welcome for another
I don't
time.
know why we exist in self-destroying
Lens
structure.
Playground.
We all share a fondness for that which is correct, and we're all certain that we
Yes,
have
we do.
it. But there must be a way for that loyalty to flourish without burning the last shreds of coexistence between our species. That is, a species that is primarily defined by its diversity. I don't know if I'm arrogant for assuming that my desire for progress is any indication of my task as a catalyst, but I tried to find Tarshish already. Only in my attempted escape did you find me, and I do not believe that you found me without reason.
So, I found him while he was fleeing from Tarshish. I do not know what Tarshish is. I think this is in the same poem that I already read to you. And I'm quite right about that. So, as I said, welcome boys and girls to Lens Playground. My name is Lens, and I'm happy to have you here. In this dreamlike fortress that was supposed to be a subway entrance, which it most definitely is not. It is rather the city of Bioshock Infinite, I think. Kind of similar art style and floating islands over there. Some mixture of Skyrim and Bioshock, I would say. There's something written down there on the rocks. We're gonna go there in a second. First, we're gonna go down here to this place of worship. Here we worshipped the big light. Well, this is a nice lighting effect. The way it's creeping through the holes in the ceiling. Not ceiling, but walls. And what do we have here? It's a giant fallen Minotaur, I think. Yes, most definitely a Minotaur. Is he a Cyclopean Minotaur? I don't know. I would like to live here. You could be pretty secluded. Perhaps there should be some kind of railing or something to not fall off into the endless abyss that seems to be down there. We've got the moon. We've got some stars up there. Still, it's bright as daylight. Perhaps it is a fever dream of ours. It's a nice sky. Really beautiful place we found here. Or did it find us? I don't know. It seems to be metaphorical for something, but I don't know for what. Perhaps our yearning for strong foundations and structure. Oh, we're gonna go down there first, and then we're gonna go into the store here. It's really beautiful around here. The music is a little ominous, but even that is not too creepy. Look at the birds. They're flying free. Unfazed by the demise of humanity. Even this here dream city is completely empty. Not a single soul to be found. Just us and our thoughts.
These dreams act as mirrors.
As I
Like
said.
passive portraits of the complexities of the human mind, they paint self, just as ideas paint the universe. Dreams truly are the most honest form of introspection, even if I can only use them as an escape.
Yeah, that's what dreaming is. Introspection and escape. Perhaps the dream itself is an agent of progress. Perhaps the dream was never meant to be realized. Perhaps contentment is nothing but stagnation. Isn't this quote of Churchill? I think so. And yeah, most obviously, the dream of the human civilization was not meant to be realized. Perhaps the dream of life in a structured way, like a structured culture, was not meant to be, especially being self-conscious. Okay, what is that over there? Is it moving? Or is that just me? No, it is moving. It's a giant living bird thing with horns. It could be a griffin. Do griffins have horns?
Of course, if this mirror is to be trusted, then I'm just as vile as the others. The contrast between my reality and this one tells me that I do not belong here. The only thing I have that they do not is a fondness for this new world.
I've got a fondness for this new world because in here I don't have to follow socially oppressed rules. I could be what I am and just follow my interests. What is this sign? It looks like out of the stockbroker's world. They're everywhere. There are islands. Every man is an island for himself, not able to touch anything else. I think we're gonna jump down here in a second after we had a better look at this griffin. I'm quite sure it is a griffin, but I don't know if griffins traditionally have horns. They should have a lion's body and an eagle's talons and beak. We're gonna jump now. Geronimo. We touched the ground, but kept on falling. What is loading now? I think this should be level. Area number 4 or 5. Area number 5. In here, episode 4 of my English playthrough of the Old City Leviathan.
I actually knew the man who lived here. I believe his name was Solomon.
Okay.
Though he insisted that the matter was irrelevant.
We've read about him.
During the few times we spoke, he seemed ungrateful to the point of mental masochism. He would consistently act as though you have somehow maliciously trapped him within your confines, to limit what can be done with the outside. I, of course, know you better. You and I have a special relationship.
That I would have trapped him? So, me, myself, I met him too, obviously. When he was still alive. I think he was shot down by these guild troops. And we seem to be back again in the so-called real world. It's up here. There's some light. Perhaps we can get up there later on. We've got a little library here. One of the Minotaurs.
Before the fall, I had access to a monolithic complex of voices. My parents would simply drop me off with the instruction to learn.
The libraries.
Vague, certainly, but the uncharted nature of the command provided me the freedom to let my interest plot the course. My travels picked up in speed as the voices became stronger, pulling me ashore to distant lands where discovery welcomed me with open arms.
The interesting thing about this labyrinth down here, maze, excuse me, it's labyrinth in German, maze, is that it's got an entry but no exit. It's most definitely a metaphor for us walking around here. What do we have here? Page 161, Council of Modernity. So it's about the council itself, which comprises itself out of the guild, the order, the unknowing, and the unaffiliated Minotaurs, which I think I was part of. And I don't know why the arrows are pointing to the right and then downstairs. I don't have no idea at all. The Guild of the Great Eye. Much information is blacked out, I don't know why. So as I said before, as I already theorized, is that the Greater Eye was made of all the believing people, believing in God in any way. Okay, there's another note, but we can't get here yet. Not from here. Can't open doors like this, I think. Are we gonna go down here first? Or are we gonna go over there first? I think we're gonna go down here first. We're gonna remember where we were. I hope so, because it's quite a maze down here. It's different, with different levels and many doors. Here again, Omega and M. Alright. There was something moving back there, I think. Where the hell are we now? We're again in some kind of medieval tunnel with a quite modern quote over there. One giant leap for a man, one small step for mankind. Neil Armstrong's famous first words on the moon. As I'm quite sure you all knew. With a boat in front of them. Isn't the boat like the spaceship? And the hands, the gigantic hands that are coming out of the wall. Trying to grab it, trying to grab me, or protecting it, I don't know. One small step for mankind. And again, this sign over there. The arrows pointing down. And we're up here again, alright. So I think we're gonna take the door with the light shining out of it. And stay in the first level. Got another pipe up there, but this one ain't green. This one ain't green, no. And we've got another.
But if he could only have seen your qualities, your utilitarian and defensive necessity.
If only he could have. We have here another map and a letter from Belle. Who was following Solomon after he left and told him that she always loved him and not Abraham, just as he was dreaming about. This guy seemed to have lived here for quite some time. Couldn't have been dead for too long. He looks still kind of fresh. Perhaps he was even alive before the fall of humanity. Or rather, the decline. And this is, yes, this is where we were looking upwards before, where the maze was. Let's see where we can go now. We're gonna go right first because we did it in the beginning too. We're gonna do it now too. There's some stairs here. And again to the right and downstairs. I'm still amazed that the power is still running.
Naturally, I have my moments where I wish I could sail. But these are nothing but unchecked emotional discharges amidst an otherwise passably clear and somewhat intact realism. Solomon never could stop the dreaming. His unrestrained imagination grew until the contrast was too much, and he was forced to take the honorable route, like so many of the others who litter the walls of your interior.
Of your interior? Alright, so... are we the world? And not this person walking through it? The Order of the Cosmos, page 679. They were the atheistic, scientific one. They needed to put the people in these three groups so that they're not fighting for their ideologies without any structure, overlaying cultural, societal structure, and no police force or equal thing like rules and laws. governing the people they were fighting for their beliefs. G-U-O. Ghoul. We at first are gonna go to the right again. Have we been down there already? No, we haven't. There's some light. And many cans. Cans of drink and food. So somebody was living there. Perhaps it was the one that hanged himself. As Solomon, many of the guys in here committed suicide after they realized that there's no sense in fighting on, I would assume. We're gonna take the right first most of the time, just so that we can... Okay, we're back here again. We went down there the last time. And there's just a wall over there now. We came back from over here now. Gonna go over here. And we're down where we were looking down just a second ago. Another Minotaur head with bloody outlining. Otherwise you can't see anything down here. Ah, there's another note. Page 810, unknowing. Yeah, they were all fighting about how to rebuild society, and while doing that, they were killing each other and destroying the last remnants of society. The unknowing, they were agnosticists who said that they...
Perhaps his dreams were a ladder leading to uselessness. Perhaps my dreams are the same.
Yes, perhaps they are. I'm gonna go back here again because there was a big double door, which normally signifies an exit. And I think we have not been over here yet. Look, there's a cigarette. Completely intact, 2 completely intact, 3 completely intact cigarettes. They must have been worth a fortune. What do we have here? Another big mess room.
The dreams he created were his escape. I often feel as though they can only function as such. They have a marginal effect, yes, but the required time for any real impact is far too great. Dreams that contribute are a grain of sand on a shoreline far away from here. And Tarshish feels much closer.
We've got another note about the green pipes that we were thinking about quite some time. Still, much information is blacked out again. Well, perhaps the lifespan of the water treatment facilities was outlived, and all water was tainted. So it's guilt, unknowing, and order who got their water from these green pipes, and they somehow were able to build this system of pipes while humanity's society crumbled. And this is another maze. This time it neither has an entry nor an exit point. It's just walking around. It resembles a human brain, roughly. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. I do not know. I'm not religious, as I said before. I think it's a story out of the Bible. You were alone, eating here, reading what could have been a Quran. It looks Arabic. Of Jonah, a fisherman who was swallowed alive by a whale, but I do not know more about the story. Excuse my ignorance of our shared cultural religion. It's just not my cup of tea. Not that I would blame anybody who believes in a higher power. Sometimes I would like to be able to, but hey, you believe what you believe. Can choose to. page 598, Minotaur. They were the ones who didn't want to affiliate themselves with others, with the groups, and could moderate between them. And then there's another party called Leviathan, I would assume, because it's the name of the story we're in, which reside in the old city. But this is quarantined because of something that we're not being told. Am I right? Yes, I am right. We're outside again. So, I'm again glad that you were with me today for the 4th episode of The Old City Leviathan 6 Their Dream. Perhaps you're gonna come back tomorrow again if you had as much fun as I had and are intrigued to know how the story will
know of the old world?
Continue.
Did you even exist? Were you thrown overboard when your fall occurred, floundering in a new and terrifying negativity? My transition was not a comfortable one, so in this we can feel a measure of companionship.
All right. Please leave me a comment, a like, or a subscription, whatever suits your needs. And come back tomorrow. Have a nice evening, night, or day, whenever you're watching this. Otherwise, fare thee well. Excuse my silly old me. As I quit the game, I realized that I did not yet show you the last note of Solomon that we found in chapter 4 or 5. 5, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Have fun reading it while pausing the game. I will sing for you again with my soothing voice, trying to emulate an elevator music. Well, this is a long note. I've got to sing quite a long time. I hope you like it. I do. That's enough of me singing for today. Have a nice evening. Fare thee well.